This is a set that
Okay,
I want to be excited by it. I really do. But I just, it's one of those sets where I feel like Syrup, Ness or Steve, right, just throws out such good spacing, such good option select, that he's not a player who's really prone to getting caught out by the types of things that Yeast fishes for. And Yeast, I think even in his own words, is a little bit of a fisher, right? He does toss that rod out more than most.
He does. He definitely, he's looking for one thing, and it's disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh my God, is he dead?
Yeah, he very nearly was there, right? And like, Syrup's also looking for one thing, but his one thing is even more disgusting because it's just everything.
Yeah, he has a multitudes of things that he can get openings with. We're already seeing it so far right now. We're getting the forward air, getting the back air. But Yeast, getting the suplex is answering back a little bit, but definitely not enough right now.
I love that little three-piece drag down, right? Even though the grab didn't take the stock, you can tell that Syrup has his win conditions and his options, even to just stuff you out on lock to find the maximum possible conversion. However, you get caught out once, right? He's still able to find these options, and he does steal the first stock away.
All right, Yeast is playing different today. There is something in the air. I think that this might be his chance to get a set on Syrup. I don't know. Has he ever?
I don't know. I don't think so. But listen, whatever leash he was given, it just got let a little bit longer as, you know, Syrup walked that dog, took the stock right back. Does miss the fly magnet, though, and that's going to give an opening here for Yeast. Syrup, being uncharacteristically playing this much slower, right? Much lower octane than we saw in our last block beforehand.
Yeah, starting off the set pretty slow, and Yeast definitely putting his foot on the gas so far, and definitely not starting off the set. So starting out with fire, but all it takes is one big opening for Syrup to get that momentum, and it wasn't it right there, but he was looking for it.
I mean, he had it too, but if he didn't reverse that PK fire, he would have been in a position to maybe find a juggle or something, but he just shifted himself out of the punish window, and now he's looking for something on shield, but that thrower is a frame 3 option, and all of a sudden, Yeast up 2 stocks to 1, and felt in the driver's seat, dare I say, so far.
Well, the thing is that Yeast is already showing how much the pressure of a juggle and of an up air is against Syrup, and Syrup is forcing out early defensive options, which we don't normally see from him, and Yeast is punishing it with that back air to get both the stocks so far. So I love that the bait and punish there from Yeast.
Yeah, looking for the frame trap, trying to find the magnet just as a get off me tool hitbox, and it's not gonna find its mark. You mash the option too much, and eventually you just get blown up for it. We've seen it since the days of Melee, right? If you have something that has a crazy hitbox and chains into itself and combos into death, and it's a super mashable hitbox that's huge and covers you, shine, Psy Magnet, right? Your panic option is to mash that button.
Yeah.
And we see here at the end of the set that's at the end of this game, I should say, this is what happens to Syrup, right? He gets caught mashing once, gets caught mashing again, and then just dies for it.
Yeah. And that's going to be a big wake-up call to Syrup to be like, okay, this guy will just throw out the moves if I can, and it will be punished. That Psy Magnet will be punished, and he doesn't even have that option anymore because Yeast has already forced out the Steve. Said, I've had enough with Ness for today. Time to win the bracket right here.
Syrup said, kid time's over. We're all men in this house, right? Gonna lock in the Steve in Minecraft. This guy in his blue t-shirt and even bluer jeans to log those 9 to 5 hours in the mines. Getting started off here, just holding space. I like the way he's taking this slower, right? Not willing to overextend his resources. Just let Yeast commit to movement and then stuff him out because Steve's frame data is just absurd.
Yeah, Steve's frame data is crazy right here, especially on the ledge. So many options that Steve can threaten. Putting the anvil right on top of Yeast, and Yeast dropping shield and losing the stock right there. And Syrup has continued to add on the pressure, 56% and counting.
He was trying to footstool there too off that TNT.
That would have been wild. He didn't quite get it. He should get it next time so I could see it.
We'll see if he goes for it, right? Steve just has infinitudes of setups, and it's something that we can just expect to see. You know, he may never work or not go for the same one twice because he just has a crazy bag of tricks. And why go for the mix-ups at all when you can literally just walk up smash?
Yeah, walk up smash. It's a good option. As long as you don't miss it, you can't be punished. So Syrup already showing why this is the character that got him 33rd in the world. And we're seeing that skill difference right now.
Oh, the NILs there to keep that combo going, but not too much more damage. Yeast is still trying to get something, and he's going to get a stock. but this one might backfire a little bit. 3 iron means that you are going to want to mine iron. You're not going to build that diamond immediately. Best case scenario for Yeast. If you're Syrup, yes, I like this, right? Don't overextend. To build your resources back up. Play this game, and don't risk getting a one-hit reversal to lose your stock, right? Just snowball your lead, snowball your advantage, because once you have resources, you get anvil like that, you get minecart as we saw, you're able to craft the diamond, which if he had crafted the diamond off the stock, would have used 3 iron on the crafting table, and he just wouldn't have had anything after that. But like, Syrup's resource management, that game was immaculate, and Yeast needs an answer for it.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the time as the player playing against Steve, your first goal is like, okay, I gotta rush this character down, I gotta make sure that he's not able to get those materials. But it's so hard when somebody like Syrup is constantly just winning in those mix-up situations, and Yeast isn't able to get that advantage to force that from happening.
Well, the repeater there to keep that loop going. Now the TNT just, again, trying to find a setup just for some coverage. Able to hit it with the axe from below the platform. That day 1 setup, though, still gets so much mileage because of how big that TNT hitbox is. And right now, it's just a game of keep away, right? Syrup is saying, I have really good frame data. I have really big hitboxes. Beat them.
Yeah. Yeast has definitely got to find a way to beat them. We saw in the Ness game, Yeast was going for a lot of approaching there, and we're seeing that because Steve's up tilt is a little bit disjointed, that's not even going to trade, and Syrup is just getting openings off of it.
You saw there, right, looking for the NIL, but just barely missing it at max height. So instead, he's going to have to reset. Only gets a measly 67. Now he gets a reset on the platform into the up smash. That's going to be death. See you later. Sayonara, sucker. And I got some gold, and I got an extra diamond. I have all the resources. I'll build a wall, too. And guess what? You better get away, because now it's a jab loop time, and that's still a lot of damage. I feel like Yeast just feels so lost in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, this is a stark difference from the Ness. He might get a stock there with the down throw into up B, but not quite. And again, just struggling, trying to fish for those up tilts. I mean, we said it at the start of the game. He's great at fishing for those options, but when you're only getting 1 every game, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, and it's really hard, right? Because especially with what the move set, right, that you have on this version of Brawler with the Mach Punch, with the Flip Kick, you don't have great tools to deal with blocks. You don't have great tools to deal with minecart, and find a way in that also leads to a combo. You have to pick between stuffing up Steve's resources or getting a combo starter unless you find the up air like that. And when you do, yes, you get the stocks. Yes, the reward is huge. But even more than most of the cast, Brawler versus Steve is so outsized in the risk-reward for Steve.
Yeah, I totally agree right there. It is been really tough, but despite Yeast looking really hard, like, you know, not very confident in neutral in this matchup, it is good to see that his punish game is still there, so that if he adapts in this game number 4, he at least has that punish game to fall back on.
I think it's not just the punish game, though. I would like to see a little bit more discipline out of him going into the pivotal game 4 of this set, right? Because if you watch how this one ends, it literally is Yeast runs up, dash shields, that's solid. Air dodges away, misses the wave launcher, and then just gets caught mashing, right? And he literally just gets caught mashing and dies, where if he nairs there, gets the weak hit, instead of trying to call something out, recognize, hey, Steve has observed buttons, and he is going to try and punish me, I'm just going to dash off. Like, if you just literally run off block and back air there, you put Steve off stage.
Yeah, I get the idea of maybe trying to steal the game. Like, oh, maybe if I get up to here, I can steal the game. But definitely has to be more careful with those options, especially when you are 3 stocks to 3. I mean, how early did Yeast lose his first 2 stocks in that game? If he didn't lose them as quickly, it would have been a hugely different picture.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing the adjustments come through, right? Like, each game of this set with this Steve has painted a very different story for Yeast. But you see, once again, right, there's that up tilt. He kind of gets caught mashing. He gets caught flow charting his combos and his follow-ups that only cover certain options, and Syrup punishes him for that. And it's not just Syrup being very good at punishing you for that, which he is. It's also that Steve as a character is one of the best characters in the game at calling out that one extra option.
Yeah, and calling it out with a huge combo. We're seeing 53%. Sometimes it feels like you spawn in at 53% against Steve. It just goes to show how strong this character's combos are.
And looking there for the jab, I like this with the gold online, trying to make full use of these hitboxes that have just extra frame data. Unfortunately, didn't get that spike window that you were looking for to give the frame trap. However, you are going to catch them slipping on the DI, avoid your own block, and you get the percent trade for the anvil. Sure, you lose your stock for it, but now you get a diamond, which is the first one we've seen all set. And Reed, he cost 120 for his trouble.
Ooh!
He's still living.
Yeah, he's going to lie.
That's absurd, by the way.
No, he didn't even get the punish. No! Yeast, no. Don't go out like this. I mean, at least he wasn't down 2 stocks in a row in this game, but with the lead that Syrup is putting on, it doesn't even matter.
Hold on. This is perfect positioning to find the combo on the platform, but he's just going to miss it. Spacing-wise, that was up tilt down air again. This is the second time we've seen him go for it, but he hasn't looked for it there. The block coming through, and this is just a flash before his eyes over and over again that you see. He sees that it's there and then starts swinging a ghost.
Yeah, swinging at a ghost, and the anvil is not going to do it, but we are very close to Syrup being named the victor of this set, and the Diamond S that smash through the block wall is going to do it, and Syrup wins 3-1 going into winners finals.
And I mean, that was just, you know, I think once the Steve came out, right, there was not really any more questions. I think the Ness, while good in theory, you know, does solid stuff in theory, right, has the ability to stuff out Brawler with those active hitboxes. Ness being floaty, Ness being relatively round as a character as well, right, means that once you get that hit, and you have a lot of opportunities to get that hit because he puts himself slightly above you because he jumps a lot with the magnet, right, which is exactly where Brawler wants you, is just such a prime opportunity for a player like Yeast to just, again, fish for these hits and capitalize. Once the Steve came out, and it's like, oh, you can't throw out that one extra up tilt anymore. You can't put them in a 50-50 and then up tilt to catch the cross up. Steve, because of Anvil, right? Because of Minecart, he doesn't let you do that, even if he doesn't throw out a CQC button. And that's really where we saw the set get flipped on its head.
Yeah, and I think the thing about the Ness with Syrup is I like that in this sort of bracket, he tried the Ness to like keep it strong, you know, keep it highly tuned, and then, you know, if you need to bring it out in a bigger bracket, you at least have that experience from this sort of tournament. But recognizing, as all co-main players have to do, when to not play it. And he realized early in this set that this is not a Ness set, and was like, okay, let me just play the Steve, which is what I like the most about Syrup's counter picking.
He picks Ness up and puts Ness down.
I don't get the reference, I'll be honest.
The Planet Fitness ads from like 2013?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Really?
Yeah, I'm an iPad kid.
You're my age.
I
We're
know.
the same age.
Yeah.
But you really just tried to go, I'm too young for this reference?
No.
Who's
I
your
was just
age?
an iPad kid. I just had an iPad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Shout out to all the iPad kids in chat. You know who you are, you know?
That's like 90% of Ultimate.
Yeah. They're being shouted out right now.
If your first Smash game was Brawl,
Yo,
or earlier,
I love
shout-outs to all of you.
Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo Wii. That's what they should have called that one.
No, get out.
That would have been such a better name.
No, it wouldn't have been.
Because everyone loves Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 3DS. It just rolls off the tongue.
That game had one good thing in it.
Smash Run, baby.
Well, sorry, 2 good things in it. Smash Run and perfect pivoting.
No, and also,
you didn't know what you almost went no to me.
No.